want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens, my favorite team growing up.
Okay.
Dad's favorite team growing up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mine was the Leafs. So when I, yeah,
you get traded, you're like, no, I'm good. I don't want to come. Maybe
no,
next time.
no. So I was in Anaheim, and I got traded from Florida to Anaheim. Played the rest of that year. We had a good year, good playoff run. The next year, I was kind of again trying to find my way into the lineup. I was just in and out.
Yeah.
I thought I knew my role, and I was just trying to bear down and trying to figure it out again to stay. And I ended up getting placed on waivers and get picked up by Montreal. And obviously, it's nicer to come closer to home.
Do you speak French?
A little bit. I mean, I lived with a French billet in Quebec.
Yeah.
They were an awesome family, like unreal. I learned a lot from them. I know enough to get around in a French city for sure. But yeah, going to Montreal was obviously I was super pumped when I heard about it. Like I was always a Leafs fan growing up. You know, my old man was always a Leafs fan. But obviously, going to play in the Bell Center as your home rink, it's something that it's insane. And we didn't have a great team that year. We really didn't. We didn't win many games, but I will say we didn't lose many at home. We lost a lot on the road, but not many at home, which is good.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty easy for those fans to start booing you when you're at home and the power play's not going well or something. But
I heard they'll boo you like if you're at the mall or something. Like
oh,
if you're not
probably, yeah.
playing
No one
well.
really know who I was at the mall, but it was the whole experience playing in Montreal was awesome. Like
Yeah.
it was awesome. Yeah, just to be a part of that organization, you know, Original Six, but just the history that they have themselves, like walking into the dressing room, they have all like the trophies and basically like the Wall of Fame that they have all their players and it was crazy. I think obviously it's one of the most prestigious organizations in the league. I hope they figure it out and try to find a way to start winning again. You know, like they had a good run this year, but they treat their players so well there. I mean, obviously, like every team does, but it's just I think it's just a little more. In that market, there's a little more. Obviously, there's more eyes on it, so they do things the right way, and I think. It was a cool experience. My first, it was Super Bowl weekend. I was playing for Anaheim.
Yeah.
And we were doing the Ontario swing. We were doing like the Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa for Super Bowl weekend when I was playing for Anaheim.
Okay.
And so I had 30 people from Cape Breton, like friends, family, like everyone's really close to me. They all booked to come up to Montreal. They were coming to watch Montreal play Anaheim. Then they were all going, how much of they're flying or taking the train to Toronto, watching their type thing. They were going to go, hang out after that. But so I got placed on waivers, got picked up by Montreal. So
on
it
that
worked
trip?
out perfect. No, just before. So
Just
so
before.
Like they had their flights booked and everything. But
Yeah.
so it was kind of the thing where like I got put on waivers and everyone's like, oh, like what do we do? Like, do we cancel our trip? Blah, blah, blah. And then I got picked up by Montreal. So it worked out perfect because our first game, my first goal I got as a Canadian was against Anaheim that weekend. So like, I had my 30 family members and friends there. So there's so many memories that I think every step of the way of hockey so far, there's not many things that I'll forget. There's every day there's something new that's just, something you could write a story about. And it's whether it's small or big, it means something to someone. And I think just a little thing like that, like a goal as a Montreal Canadian is something that I'll never, ever forget, right? And that's pretty cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Never seen a game, but watching it on TV, as soon as the guys go out the tunnel and they have that sound that goes like, what's the sound when you're watching like an IMAX movie? And
I think it's like they have like the U2 song, I think.
Yeah,
is what it
U2,
is.
but
like,
it's U2.
Yeah, and you run out to that, it's crazy. Yeah, and they have like the fire going on the ice or whatever. It's
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Like your first game, every game, you just must be pumping. You're just adrenaline is just going.
Yeah, and
going.
They have, so every city, they have the best hot dogs too. At the rink.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hot dogs. Yeah, I've been scratched a couple times there though.
You know Terry Ryan, right?
Yeah.
He had a funny story about when he played there. He brought up the hot dogs too.
Yeah.
And you're just like, hot dogs were so good. I was playing, but I was on like the fifth line. I was sitting on the bench all game, and the trainer went and snuck me like a hot dog, and I'm sitting there.
Yeah,
I was having a pop and a hot dog in the middle of the bench, just watching some hockey.
Yeah, I believe it, man. I'm telling
so
you,
good.
So at like every road, so if a road team comes in, every city you kind of get. There's always pizza in the dressing room after, kind of hold you over to get to the plane.
Yeah.
And then certain cities have certain things. Like you go to Philadelphia, you get the cheese steaks.
Yeah.
You go to Vancouver, like there's pepperoni sticks kind of thing. In
Yeah.
Montreal, their thing is hot dogs. So like there's like a couple pizzas, but then all hot dogs after the game. So everyone's just wolfing down hot dogs. But that's what they're known for. They're unreal.
Everyone always stresses all the pros. They eat so good. It's just lettuce, it's spinach,
Yeah.
it's all the good stuff.
You
Nah,
treat
Montreal
yourself every
Canadians
now
are
and
just
then.
eating
No,
some
yeah.
hot dogs
Yeah,
on the
you treat
plane.
yourself,
I
bro.
love it. How long do you guys have to get to the plane after a game? Like, let's say you're in Montreal, you're playing Arizona, but then you got to go to Tampa the next day or that after the game. Like, how long until your gear is off, until you have to be at the plane?
Yeah. Every city's. I mean, obviously you want to get out of there as quick as you can because especially if you're playing the next day. Usually it's like 45 minutes when the game ends. That's usually when like the bus leaves. They usually give you like 45 minutes to get out.
That's quick.
It's quick, but it's for your own sake. It's not, there's no rhyme or reason to, you can sit there for an hour and a half, but why, right? Like you're just going to go sit on the plane anyway. There's some cities that have curfews that you have to be out of there. Like in San Jose, you have to be out of there like at, say, 11 o'clock. If you're not on the plane by 11, the plane has to leave and go to Oakland. You have to meet the plane in Oakland kind of thing.
No way.
Just because it's over cities, right? So there's curfews. So there's different things like that. But for the most part, you just want to help out your trainers. The equipment guys, they're one of the toughest jobs in sports, I think, with the amount of stuff that they have to lug around. And obviously we're, very grateful for them to, they do everything for us, right? Like we don't have to touch your bag or anything, but the quicker you can get your gear off, it's a lot easier for them to, get going and load the plane up.
I know I asked you this at the bar that first time I ever asked this, but how quick is the media in the room asking questions post game?
Yeah.
Because if you have to be out on the plane,
yeah,
you have
5 minutes. It's 5 minutes post game. They're in.
Oh, that's quick.
Yeah, they're in right away. That's sometimes that's why they get those little hot takes where guys are still heated. Kind of, I wouldn't say they're cursing at the media guys, but it's just they're still their adrenaline's still pumping. They're still kind of. I think that's kind of why the media are in there that quick kind of thing, right? To try to get that stuff out of players. But, sometimes it's tough to keep cool. But with COVID going on, there's no one in the dressing room, right? There's no one around. Yeah. So it's just all via Zoom or Skype or whatever they do it. But guys have a little chance to cool down after like in that way. But you don't get as many, unless you're watching Tortorella, you don't get as many of those hot takes, I guess.
I know.
Yeah.
I love watching that guy. Everyone hates him. I love it, though.
Everyone looks in at it, though.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.